Well, that didn't work. The wind caught it. Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peaks Peak. If you're new to the channel, my name's Lucas, and we are sharing our hobbies here on 38 acres. And today we are back in the wood yard building our sawmill shed. We have made great progress this week on the sawmill shed. We actually started this a week ago today, and we worked on it on Saturday and then a couple of nights this week in order to get it framed up and get the rafters put on. We milled purlins last night, got those ready to go. I was one rafter short, so I had to go to Lowe's and get one more 2x6 so I can put a fly rafter on the end down here. 3 rafter ties. So I'm gonna put those on first, and then I'm going to start nailing on the purlins so that tomorrow I can put on my metal, because I actually have the truck and trailer up here. I picked up a load of sheet metal for the roof from D&R Metal in Greenup, Kentucky, and they are where I go for my metal always. They have been great to deal with. You can call them on a Wednesday, as I did this week, and have your metal by Friday. And that's always nice, good people to deal with. I have built 2 full-size garages through them, as well as I roofed my house, my barn, my cabin, and now a mill shed. Probably will be building some other structures up here in the wood yard as well. So I'll be back, Daryl. All right, guys, let's get to work. All right, guys, well, listen, I didn't take many action shots tonight on putting the purlins on the roof because, one, I was in a hurry because I wanted to get all of these put on so that tomorrow I can be sure I get all the metal put on, and then I'll finish up putting the rest of the headers on the inside and all that stuff. But I also am not a fan of heights, so I am holding on for dear life here so I can show you the results. If you watch the time-lapse footage and see me go up and down the ladder 15,000 times, that's why, because I'd rather climb up and down a ladder than actually be up on top of the roof. And I don't have anybody here to cut my boards for me, so I had to do a lot of up and down and measuring and all that anyway. It's been a good afternoon, and all of this lumber up here, I milled on the mill last night. That's cool. Everything came out really good too. I've got a nice flat surface. Let me get a hold here so I can turn around. I think there was only, let's see, I see one spot where I've got a couple nails that didn't drive all the way down from my nail gun, so I'm gonna have to hit those with a hammer. And then I have one board that flared out on the end over there that I didn't catch when I was milling, and it probably sticks up 1/8 of an inch on the end down there. And I don't like that. I'll have to be careful with my metal not to buckle it. But as long as I watch, it's a shed roof, it's gonna be all right. Have I mentioned this is a whole lot of fun? Through those trees there and at the bottom of the hill is the log yard and the house, and then the Dollar General across the road there, the Angus farm, and the big highway over there. So lots to do tomorrow, but Lord willing, everything goes smoothly in the morning. We will have this thing under roof, so we won't have to worry about rain anymore. I can lose the tarp. Progress, progress. All right, guys, I am back up here on Saturday morning getting ready to put metal on the roof. Well, I got all excited getting ready to pull the first piece of metal over here, and then I realized I got to cut my extra posts off. So I'm going to grab the chainsaw and set up my ladders and go around and cut all those off. I forgot about that. I came, I saw, I got dusted. In between wind gusts, we're going to try to get this metal put up. We'll see how it goes. Well, I thought she might ride. Now, I am no roofer, but I have installed a lot of metal. And the way that I always do it is, and usually I'm installing on my own building, which is less than perfect. I always start by using this long edge as my guide for the metal, instead of using the overhang, because you've only got 3 foot of run to determine whether it's running straight here, but you've got 12 feet going this way. So I use the ribs, I look up underneath and use the ribs of the metal to line it up down through there to make sure I have it straight heading this way. I've got a couple of inches of overhang on each end of this. That's the way I ordered my metal, so that if I want to have, I don't know that I'll put a fascia board on here and gutter and all that, but if I do, then I should have enough space to put a thin fascia board on and still attach gutters or whatever. All right, well, I got every sheet of metal on except for the very last piece. I'm just gonna go ahead and admit, the building is not as square as I thought it was.
It's more like rectangle.
Well, yeah, it's rectangle, but it's also out of rectangle by 2 inches. But anyway, I've got to cut my last sheet of metal 2 inches down to nothing. I measured my metal out just right. Everything worked out good there, but yeah, it's running just a little bit crooked on that side. So we're gonna make that cut on that last sheet of metal. Yeah, Maple's enjoying herself up here, isn't she?
Yeah, she runs.
What do you think about having some shade? This is nice, isn't it?
She's just
What are you doing today?
swimming.
Swimming? Where at?
The YMCA.
What's up, bruh?
What's up, bro?
Okay, well, I'll tell you, when you're cutting metal, safety glasses and ear protection are a must, because it's one of the loudest things you can do. And it flings sparks everywhere. Long sleeves would even be nice. All right. I would also advise not looking over the top of the saw where it's throwing out all the sparks. That gets metal shavings thrown at your face. But we got her cut. Well, that didn't work. The wind caught it. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3. And now we are under roof. So the sawmill is protected from the weather. I don't have to fool with that tarp anymore. This is exciting. I am going to start putting the headers up on the inside, up against my joists here, or up against my rafters here, and finish that part up. And then this thing will all be tied together and ready for siding. Now I'm gonna have to source some more logs to mill into siding. So yeah, I don't know, I may go on a scavenger hunt on my property and see what I can find, or may talk to the guys over at the log yard and see if they've got any kind of maybe seconds or something like that that they can't use, and or any they want to sell. We'll kind of go from there. I'm not sure where I'll get my logs or what kind of lumber I will use for siding. We'll come up with something and we're gonna make this look nice. I'm gonna put a little bit more bracing in here, like in my opening. I've got 16-foot headers up here. I think it will be plenty strong enough, but I just want, since I'm leaving the walls mostly open, I want as much sway bracing as I can get. When you build a post frame structure, most of your rigidity comes from the siding and the walls and everything being tied together. Now you get a lot from your purlins and your roof, but the fact that you're going to leave it open, you need a little bit of bracing in there. I might put some bracing in, you know, from the posts out to the center. I don't know. We'll see if I can keep from getting stung by wasps here. We got bees flying around everywhere. And, this is cool. And I started last Friday. I had Friday for a couple of hours. I had all day last Saturday. And then I had a couple of evenings this week. And then today, about 3 hours. And we've got her under roof. I'm pretty excited about that. It's a whole lot of fun. It's just neat to mill your own lumber and be using that and see all of this coming together. Well guys, we have the sawmill under roof and I'm tired. It's pretty warm today in the sun and being up on the roof, and I went at this pretty hard. It didn't take all that long. I had the metal on in a couple of hours pretty easily, and then I had to climb up there and finish putting the screws in the middle. Then I finished up framing up the inside in here with my headers, you know, doubled up my 2x10s all the way around. So I feel like we've got a pretty sturdy structure now, and I'll just tell you this, we probably won't progress on the shed much more for a while because I have lots of things I need to do. I've got mowing to do around the property, and you know, I've been playing pretty hard this spring and kind of letting some other stuff go so that I can do that. And now I'm gonna have to get on the trails, clean up the trails, get that stuff mowed up. I've got a few maintenance things to do around the house. You know, the stuff that's not near as fun as playing up here in the wood yard, but it's gotta be done. And the other thing is I'm going to have to round up enough logs of the same species in order to side this mill shed. And I haven't quite decided what type of wood I'm going to go with or where I'm going to get all of the logs. What I'm getting ready to do today with the rest of my day is clean up this wood yard, pick up scraps off of the ground, all of my building materials. I have slabs from 2 logs on the slab table. I've got to get cut up and split up and put into the firewood totes over there. So I've got quite a few things to do, and they'll be fun, but that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching me build this mill shed, and I hope you'll come back for the rest of the content we have going on. We're having a great time up here with our new sawmill and all the equipment we get to play with, and we appreciate you guys supporting us so that we can do that. Till next time, don't forget to get outside and enjoy God's creation. It is beautiful out here. Y'all have a good day.